Hello everybody, my name is Kyle3639. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, I'll be doing a Meklord archetype since the recent pack Rage Raw released a ton of well, not a ton, but a lot of support for the Meklord. And before I get into this video, I gotta say, if you are going to build this deck, to make sure you go into different perspectives, because one perspective might be different from another. So I just wanted to tell, just if you're going to research in this deck, to make sure you always look into multiple sources besides one. So let's just get into it. Anything that says OCG in the deck is what came out in the Rage Raw for the support for the Mechlords. Well, basically every Mechlord got reprinted, but the new support came in as well, and that's what the OCG, because they still haven't updated it on a Dueling Book, but they have been released in the Rage Raw. So first card we'll get into is Meklord Astro Dragon Triscula. This is the powerhouse of the deck. So how you special summon this is banishing 3 Mechlords from the graveyard, which is pretty easy to do in this deck because a lot of the deck is destroying its own cards to get benefits. So you're going to have Mechlords in the graveyard. So banish 3 to special summons him, and then his effect is when he attacks, he gets to equip a extra deck or your opponent's extra deck monsters to himself. He gains attack equal to the original attack of that monster. And then if it ends up being a synchro, it can attack 3 monsters in a row. But that's the bottom effect, the really bottom of the synchro effect doesn't really matter. The fact that you can take an extra deck monster from your opponent is pretty good. So that's why, and then he gains attack equal to that, so you can get him up to like 7,000 attack if you find the right card. So yeah, he's a pretty good one. I would say have 3. And then another 3 to have is Meklord Army Arsenal of Obligato. He is, when he's normal summon, he can destroy himself to special summon 2 Meklord armies. And that's a pretty good effect, and you can use that too to go into XYZs and then add and stuff like that. And then he destroys himself as well, and then gets benefits from Supply Squad and Meklord Assembly. So a pretty good card to have, run 3 no matter what. Meklord Nucleus Infinity Cord. When he's normal summon, he gets to add a Meklord spell or trap from the deck to your hand. That's pretty amazing. You can normal summon him and immediately go into a Meklord Assembly or a Meklord Control. And then his second effect is when he's destroyed by is it destroyed by card effect? No, yeah, when he's destroyed by card effect, he gets to special summon 1 Meklord Emperor from the deck, ignoring the summoning condition, which is amazing because you can just pull out Emperor Weisel and Emperor Granul straight away from the deck without fulfilling the summoning conditions. And then Meklord Army Granul, Meklord Army Skyle, and then Meklord Army of Weisel. The Meklord armies I control 2 of. I think 3 is just too much, and you draw them way too much in the deck. I think 2 is perfectly fine for the deck, especially since you're going to pull them out of the deck anyways with Obligato, so you need to have them in the deck. But I think 2 is fine. I think 3 would just be too much. Then we get into the Emperors, Meklord Emperor Weisel again. He gets to special summon himself if a card gets destroyed by a card. One of your cards gets destroyed by a card effect, which in this deck is going to happen a lot. So you can basically special summon him first turn, and then his effect is when your opponent activates a spell card, he gets to negate the activation. So pretty good stuff. And then Meklord Emperor Granul, basically the same effect is when it's destroyed by when one of your monsters get destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, he gets to special summon himself from the hand, and he basically just takes whatever your life points lives, half it, and that's his attack and defense. Pretty good, especially if you start first turn and pull him out. 4,000 beat stick right there. Meklord Emperor Weisel Synchro Absorption. Now I haven't used this card too much, basically because you only can special summon her during your opponent's turn, which is actually still pretty good. So basically during your opponent's turn, it's a quick effect as well. Destroy a Meklord, or does it have to be a Meklord? Yeah, a Meklord monster you control, and then special summon her to the field, and then target 1 monster. Is it? Yeah, target 1 monster your opponent controls that cannot attack. That's good, especially if they have a huge beat stick on the field. Summon her, make sure that card doesn't attack. And then when a card gets activated, you can tribute herself, negate the activation if you do destroy it. So 2 of her as well. Meklord Astro Mecha Nickel, I think is how you pronounce that card. This is just basically, you can replace this card in the deck with something you would think would fit in this deck. The only reason why he's in here is just because he's another Mechlord, and his effect is that he can special summon himself by sending 3 Mechlords from the hand and then special summon him. So basically, if you have Triscula in your hand as well, send 3 Mechlords to special him and then banish those 3 to get Triscula on the field, and then you have a 4,000 beat stick and then a 3,000 that can get up to crazy attack numbers. And then Gold Gadget. My bad. I was thinking. So yeah, Nickel you can replace. This is not really needed in the deck, but I just have him in there. Gold Gadget basically just does special summon another level 4, because it really sucks if you have Obligato and then they negate it, because then you have nothing else. But you Gold Gadget and then go into a special of another level 4 machine monster, which everything in the deck is a machine monster. And then Silver Gadget, the same thing, but you just can't special summon Silver Gadget. So Gold Gadget can special summon anything except for his himself. Ash Blossom, just because it's a hand trap, it's nice to have. If you want to take out Mecha Nickel and then just put another Ash in there, that's perfectly fine. I might do that myself, but right now I think having Mecha Nickel in the deck is pretty good. Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. This is only in the deck for the combo with a Union Carrier, and then equipping him to like a Meklord Astral Nickel or Emperor Weisel. And then basically the effect, if he's an equipped card, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. So basically just locking them out of the extra deck. Pretty good. And then we get into the spells. Mechlord Assembly is the card to have in this deck. So when he's and it's a continuous spell as well. When he's activated, you can add a Mechlord to your hand, from your deck to your hand. Pretty good. It can be any Mechlord as well. There's no level restriction for that. And then you can discard 1 card to destroy 1 monster you control to the graveyard, which sounds bad for any other deck, but in this deck, since you want to destroy your cards a lot to get beneficial effects, and then special summon other cards to the field, that's amazing. And then if that does, if a face-up Mechlord monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, target 1 other spell or trap card, face-up trap card, spell or trap card, and then destroy it. That's still a pretty good effect. You probably won't use it as much as the send 1 card, destroy 1 monster you control, but it's still pretty good to have just in case. Supply Squad, just because you're destroying your card so much, if you have this, you can draw as well, so you can destroy for a beneficial effect and then draw is absolutely amazing. Mechlord Control, this is one of the cards I thought of taking out of the deck, and I'm still divided on it, but I think it's better in the deck now. Because basically its top effect is target 1 Mechlord monster you control. Its attack becomes combined of all original Mechlord monsters, but your opponent cannot take damage from that 1 monster. Doesn't sound good. If it was just that effect, it would not be in the deck. But its bottom effect, if it's in the graveyard and a Mechlord monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can instead just banish him instead, which is still pretty amazing. Which in this deck you won't use during your turn, but you use during your opponent's turn if you want to protect like Triscula or someone like that. 1 for 1, just to special summon Infinity Core from the deck is amazing. That's why it's in here. Mech Time Blast is the only trap card I control in this deck, and basically target 1 Mechlord monster you control and 1 monster, or 1 card, my bad, your opponent controls and destroy him. So you get the beneficial effect of destroying a Mechlord and getting beneficial effects from that, and then getting rid of a card from your opponent's field. That's a pretty good trap card if you ask me. So that's it for the deck. We'll go into the extra deck now, which is the first card is Gear Giganta X. Is again just to add another level 4 from the deck to the hand. It's 2 level 4 machine type monsters, which you'll pull out easily in this deck. Heavy Armored Trained Wolf, I control 2 of as well. Basically, there's a combo here is just detach and then equip to Triscula, and then Triscula can attack directly, which is going to be amazing because he's already got big power beat stick, and then he can add more power to him. and then the ability just to attack directly is amazing. And then if you end up destroying this card, you get to add a level 4 machine from your deck. My bad. Number 27, Dreadnought. This is just a combo play just to get into the level 10 Super Dreadnought and then go into the level 11 Super Dreadnought. So basically destroy a monster and then rank up until level 10. And then the level 10 is basically, if after the battle phase, if you didn't finish him off, this is one of those cards you can detach, inflict 2,000 damage to try to finish him off. So that's a pretty good card you can have in the deck, especially since you can pull them out easily in this deck. And then the Supernaut Rail Cannon Juggernaut. Basically, if you don't finish them off with Rail Cannon, you just rank up into this just to have another huge beat stick onto the field. And then going into the Link monsters now, we'll go Platinum Gadget. This is just a special summon from your hand, another 4 machine. Just a lot of more special summoning in the deck. That's the one there's only in here. And then you can destroy him and then special summon a gadget from your deck. We have a Quailfort Genius. This is only in the deck if you end up getting him out onto the field and then able to activate Mechlord Army Obligato. So basically his effect, if 2 machine monsters get special summoned at the same time to his 2 Link zones he's pointing to, he gets to add a level 5 machine monster from the deck, which is still, yeah, you'll probably want to go with Triscula or Meklord Mechanical. So a pretty good card to have in the deck, but you probably won't be using it too much. Union Carrot, this is the combo play with Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Basically just equip this is basically just equipped any monster from your deck to a monster that has the same attribute, I think. Let me just make sure. Type or attribute, so it doesn't really matter. And this one, since he's not a machine, it has to go to a dark, which is Wizel or Triscula. That's the combo play there. And then Amphibious Womp Ship Ambler Whale. Just because it's a Link 4 machine, you can pull it out easy, and then it gains 200 attack for each Link monster. Each Link monster in your graveyard, which is still good. You can pull them out pretty easily. You can go into a Quailfort Genius, get into Mechlord Army, and then pull out Amphibious Swamp Machine. And then when this card is destroyed, you can target 1 Link 3 or lower monster in either player's graveyard, and then just special summon it. Pretty good effect. Nightmare Cerberus and Nightmare Phoenix, just basically if you need to fill out your extra deck, this is one of those cards that do it. And that's not just for the Mechlord deck, that's basically for any deck, so they have good effects. Tropological Bomber Dragon is amazing effect. You can destroy all monsters in the main monster zones. Or, well, when this card is special summoned to a zone, a Link monster points to, that destroy all monsters in the main monster zones. Which, this you can pull it out easily in this deck. It's just another good effect to have in the extra deck. And then Gia Saber, just again, you can pull them out easily in this deck. If it lets me, you can just pull them out easily in this deck, even though it has no effect. It's a machine you can pull out pretty easily. So that's it for the main deck. For the side decks, I control the Crucial Mercil, the Mechlord Astro. This is a trap card that can special summon Mechlord, 3 different Mechlords from your graveyard, or add them to your hand, which you don't really need to add them to your hand. I'll just special summon them. So if you activate it, it's pretty amazing, because let's say you have no cards on the field and they try to attack to end you, you can activate this card, get 3 more cards onto the field in defense position, and just be amazing. If you want to control tuners, I tried experimenting this deck with tuners. Didn't really work how I wanted it to be, but if you really want to try Mechana, Phantom Beast, or Dorodon, if you do put tuners in this deck, will be a good Link monster to have in this deck. And then again, the Nibiru, just because it's Nibiru, you can get rid of their board and then special summon him for 3,000 defense, or 3,000 attack, my bad. Then Dark Ruler Nomar just negates their all their monsters, which is basically pretty good, just in case you can't special summon anything because of their monsters, and then just activate this and then go into your plays. But besides that, that'll be it for the deck profile. There's really nothing else I can add here. Now I'll go into what the combos are for this deck in particular. and then after I'll verse an online player. So yeah. Alrighty, I'm starting off with the combo. What the combo plays are basically are in. Oh my bad, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Alrighty. So this first we're going to play with the computer, and then we'll get into an online player. This is just to show you what the Mechlords are capable of. So this deck doesn't really matter if you go first or second. It's really up to you. But he let me go first, so I'll go first. So basically, the one thing with this deck is, I forgot to say in the deck profile, this deck is not going to beat over like the current meta decks. This is just a fun deck to play if you have the cards for it. So I'm going to activate Supply Squad and then just go into a normal summon of a Golden Gadget, but I can't activate his effect because I have no level 4. And then we're going to set control and then pass turn. Yeah, this ain't one of those things where you just pull out a whole Omni Negate board in one turn. So don't expect it to really compete with the current meta deck right now. Unless it gets more support, of course, but as of right now, it cannot do that. And then we're versing a Math Mech deck. So yeah, so sometimes you're going to draw bad hands, that's just how it's always going to be, and since he destroyed a card by battle, I'm going to activate, we're going to activate Golden Gadget to get Silver Gadget onto the field, since he was destroyed by battle. We'll go in defense position, and then get that one draw. No, I can't attack, but that's perfectly fine. We'll go into a normal summon the army, and then we'll go into a Giganta to add Obligato, because that's what you really need in hand. We'll discard the army to get Obligato. And then since I have 3 Mechlords in the hand, actually, I can special summon a 4000 Beat Stick. And that'll be pretty easy. And then we'll activate Obligato. And then we'll go into the battle phase and then... Oh yeah, that's right. Alrighty, and then, yeah. Yeah, so this deck is not going to beat over... Oh, shit. Get that Supply Squad. And that's a nice draw right there, actually. Okay, we're going to special summon and then 1, 2, 3 to get Triscula on the field. This is the one main card to have. And then, no, we're not going to activate you. And then we're going to go into the battle phase. We're going to attack with Triscula against him. And then activate Triscula to add, I'm assuming he has more synchros in here, which he does. And then I'm going to pull that. E-chain, nope. And then attack again. No, I don't want to activate. And then go for 4000 win. Can I not? Can you not? I don't want to activate control. So yeah, this deck is basically relying on the powerhouses to come out. You're always not going to draw a good hand. That's just how it's going to be. That's not like the Infernal Knights I did, where no matter what, you're going to get a good hand to get the combo though. This is not that. If you're going to have bad hands sometimes. Just wanted to let you know. And then we'll now go into an online player. Alrighty, I found a game, and so this is now an online player I'm versing against, just to show what online players are capable of. I'm ready. There we go. So it doesn't really matter if you want to go first or second. Really up to you. I'll go first though. It's an alright hand. We'll go Mechlord Assembly to add it's really up to you if you want to go Nucleus or Obligato. It's really up to you what you want to do there. But for here, we'll go into a Nucleus. Again, it's really up to you. Then we'll normal summon Nucleus to activate the effect, which my opponent has a chain for. Oh, he's in negate. Alright. That's fine. I can activate this effect though to let's discard army and discard him, then activate in the grave to summon Emperor Weisel. And then that's all I can do in this turn, so I'm going to pass on to him. Alrighty. What the hell? You can special summon level 4. I can negate that, can't I? Yeah, negate. And then, no, I don't know to summon Synchro Absorption yet. So yeah, this deck, like I've been saying, is not going to compete in the, can we change? Nah, let's see what he does. Yeah, so this is one of those decks that just will not compete in the meta, but it's a fun deck to use. It's pretty cheap as well. There's really no cards in the deck, besides like the side decks like Nibiru and stuff like that, but that's just a side deck. You really don't need that. The main deck is pretty cheap, so if you're looking for a cheap deck to use, Meklord can obviously do that. And especially since I was celebrating the Yugioh Raw. No, I don't. Yeah, especially since Yugioh Raw come out, I did want to do this to the mech, because I've been experimenting with the Mechlords, and now that the supports are out, I'm going to do a deck profile for you guys, just in case you bought a couple packs and saw the Mechlords and was thinking of building a deck. I'm versing a fish deck, I see. It's the one thing about online is sometimes it takes forever. And yeah, since I actually will get into, he has good attack, and then activate, make sure he doesn't attack. Yeah, so this whole week is not just going to be, what's this effect? What the fuck? Oh, okay, so it can only destroy cards. So, yeah, so this, what I was trying to been saying is, this week, I will be doing deck profiles on not only the Mechlords, but the Jinzo support that came out in Yugioh Raw, and then the whole Egyptian God Slimes, and the new support for the Egyptian God cards, which is Raw, technically, but if you really read their effects, it's usually just Divine Beast monsters, so it could be a God deck. Oh, great. Oh, this is the other one. Alright. But yeah, I'm going to do deck profiles on all three, since this pack came out with new support for all those decks. So the first one's Meklord, next one will probably be Jinzo, and then the last one will be the God Slime deck. Can I be done? Oh, so yeah, he's going to attack with that. And then I get him back onto my field. This is the good thing about Dragon Buster, is that he would not be able to do the extra deck, but I just couldn't get it. Oh, wow, another one? The good thing about these, you can activate multiple, and then I'll go into a Meklord assembly, or Meklord Obligato, and then get his effect off. Give me no. And then 1, 2, and the good thing about Meklord assembly, I can get rid of that field spell. Activate, and then activate to destroy. No. Alrighty, and then we'll go into a heavy armored train Iron Wolf. Ooh, yeah, that'll do. And then we'll go special summon him there, and then we will special summon Mechlord Triscula by banishing the 3 Mechlords. This card kind of reminds me of I totally forgot what that deck was called, so I'm just gonna skip that thought, and then I'm gonna activate, detach to him. And then we will go into a special summon of Union Carrier. Make sure he can't special summon from the deck. And then equipped Dragon Buster. And then he gains 1 more 1,000 attack. Then we'll go into the battle phase, attack, yes, then activate and see if we can game him, which we cannot, it looks like. 25, 3, because it's going to take 7,000 damage here. And I need to attack him direct. Either player can, from attacks evolving this fuck, at the end of the damage step, if this. Okay. So I might be gamed here, because he might just take control of this. But I can't attack with anyone else, though. But yeah, that's what the play is, to make sure he can attack directly, but I just couldn't finish him off here. And I will most likely lose. But that's just the main thing to do with this deck, is Astro Dragon Triscula is the main staple of this deck. Make sure you get him out, make sure you boost his attack up pretty well. And then he's going to attack him, take control of him. And that I'm screwed. Oh, and then he gets a steal from my extra deck. I don't know why he's doing that. He's going to game me. There you go. So yeah, that's, even though I lost, that's what the main play for the deck is, to make sure you get Triscula out and then get his effect off. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to do more deck profiles. Like I said, Jinzo and the God Slime deck will be coming out this week. And then I'll do like battle decks, or like battle videos as well, where I do post commentary on like a ranked match of deck versus deck. I don't know, probably will be Infernobles, because that's the main deck I use. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video.